matter again. Is Renzo actually able to do what he needs to do on a Phoveus? And a lot of that is just being
Oke guys ya, last game bisa jadi untuk Aras JPH. Skor 3-1.
They need something to complement
1-1 dilepas tapi Omega counter pakai Phoveus. Phoveusnya butuh langsung beli Dominance Ice kalau mau lawan 1-1, tapi kan tergantung ini Phoveus god lane atau off lane. Tapi enak sih Phoveusnya nih lawan Kagura 1-1. Bahkan dia ngelepas Yuffie juga. Gua lumayan rada suka draft Omega, dia ada jawaban. Selama lu ada jawaban buat 1-1, gua nggak terlalu parah sih. Selama lu masih ada jawaban buat 1-1.
Eventual just constant beefiness of the Barretts.
Now that we're talking about the Barretts, Omega pick up one hero that is well known to melt beefy ones.
Yeah.
Here's the carry, putting it into the hands of the Filipino Savage, the Shadow Striker, the MSC 2021 MVP Kelra. Is this gonna be okay? Is this gonna be good? Because looking at their lineup right now, the Phoveus needs farm, the carry needs farm. It's a little too expensive for Might, especially now that you're sitting at 3-1.
Yeah, like they're going to be spread too thin in terms of the gold and stuff, and I agree with that. And now RSG is actually going to take
Yuzong!
So
Yuzong, Cok! Yuzong is back! Estes! Ini draft apaan, Cok?
Is this not his first appearance for the playoffs?
Apa ada nih?
Is his first appearance for the playoffs. So many times, all the analysts of the playoffs.
Draftnya kayak aneh banget ya tiba-tiba ya, Aras sama Omega.
Yuzong, but Yuzong never got picked until now. But Omega, an Estes.
Wow.
An Estes. Could this be just
Gua nggak salah lihat itu ada Yuzong. Ini Phoveus Estes Kari. Ini kuat banget draft Omega nih.
Oh yeah.
Ada Estesnya. Bagus banget Estes, Cok, lawan Kufra Barat gini. Hero-hero all in lawan Yuzong.
For possibly the clutch game. The game that could turn it around for Omega. One more look at the lineup before we get into game number 5. This feels like a dream. What? Chakno playing Estes.
I'm worried, man. I'm worried because again, if you just have that Necklace of Durance or any type of, cancellation.
Chakno main Estes gimana jadinya, Cok?
It's gonna be a disaster because not only for the Estes but also for the Phoveus.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like they picked it up
Yuzong ya guys ya, kembali lagi.
Estes. That's it. They knew. It's like this is what they wanted. So I wonder what Omega has in store for us.
It's either serendipity or destiny. Let's go into game number 5. This is RSG Philippines at match point up against Smart Omega.
Man, I gotta say, this is gonna be an exciting one because this is something kind of outside of the book, but at the same time, a little bit of comfort here.
Oh, minta di
for
zoning,
Omega,
Cok.
so we'll see how they execute it, and I love to see some of these newer picks come out for the first time in the playoffs. Aqua gonna take quite a bit of damage.
Aquanya rada berani, padahal lawannya Estes tuh bisa healing.
Will go to the side of RSG. An interesting choice here by Renjo to not pick up the usual flame shot battle spell for a Phoveus. Of course, that extra knockback will activate the ultimate for the Phoveus, but he instead picked up that
Kufra-nya selalu main ke arah Kelra, Cok. Nyebelin banget.
Yep, not just the inbuilt CC, but Nats on that Petrify. It's been a while since we've seen the usual.
You're kind of surprised when you see him.
Yeah,
right?
Literally in game, like, oh, Black Dragon, oh.
And this is gonna. I just realized how a nightmare this might be for Omega if they're not careful. Because if they're all clumped up together because they need to stay together to maximize the healing of the Estes, Nath is going to have a field day.
Oh. Etumax put out a third of his health, but here comes Chaknu. So this is what exactly Omega wanted. Like, they want to overextend team fights. They want to be able to call and say, you know what, I'm here, stay. I got ult. But that's a few moments from now because we have Lord coming in 10 seconds.
You know, one thing I like about this, though, is this is, like you guys mentioned, kind of like an evolution of Smart Omega. Like, they are adapting here, being flexible, because I feel like this type of draft will also allow them to have a little bit of a more aggressive early to mid-game, when traditionally Smart Omega is known for the late-game potential.
Diharas-haras, Cok, karinya, Cok.
Emon with his own aggression against Omega's Kelra. Turtle pit.
And the uppercut and the Black Dragon farm. Ryzen takes the turtle though, but the members of Omega looking low. Chaknu doesn't have the ult quite yet. Ryzen gets out of there.
Yuzongnya digocek.
Nats
digocek
Tries with the
sama
Black Dragon form
Karina.
and holds onto the Petrify. A small skirmish leading to Omega squeezing out, taking that objective.
This is the power, once again, of having the sustain coming out from that Estes pick. Nats is being
Waduh, Nats bahaya Nats.
World manipulation, Nats fight back, knocking up 3, petrifies him as
Tapi
well.
nggak ada damage, Cok, buat Yuzongnya.
Topping him up, survive.
Iyalah di gengnya sama Jeffrey Estes, cara Estes gak bisa ngedamage Yuzong sama sekali.
I know, we were
Estes
all
ke-cancel
shocked
udah.
there. I mean, again, that was a situation where you expect Nats to be taken out of the picture, but he actually has the confidence to go 1v3 and be fine.
To quote the great Aubrey Graham, also known as Drake, working with the negatives made for better pictures. He's seen himself in the situation. Again, we said earlier, Nats eats 3v1s, 4v1s for breakfast.
Breakfast came, well, quite late, but he's still having breakfast. Close to midnight.
It's 11:45.
Midnight.
You know, if you think about it, this started from the signature Thamus play, the Thams.
Yeah.
Nats on the Thams.
Yep.
It's a tongue twister itself, but like that's where it started, and it's transitioned to these other heroes.
Oh, check this out.
Oh,
Minimap,
di zoning.
Ryzen with the counter jungling. He's taken that orange away from Demon Knight as they spend so much time chipping away at the gold shield up top in the gold lane, pushing them out. Light gets spotted here by Chuck.
Oh,
and the flicker play, putting him at an inch of his
one
life.
auto.
Aqua finishes, drawing first blood.
I feel like Lights learned that from somewhere.
I've seen this.
I've seen this before.
That was a nice play and the nice setup there. And actually, again, that's the follow-up. That's a one auto attack coming out from Aqua to secure the first blood. So you can see that even though it's been kind of a slower early game here, that gold lead is slowly starting to build. Now the turtle's going to be up. They got to be careful.
Half health, Demon Kite chipping away. Members, Aqua and Light
Wow,
here.
Ryzen.
But still Ryzen seals it in his face. Nats comes in like the big dragon that he is, demanding their attention. Instead, this incentivizes any
Naganya.
further engagement.
Rada
RSG
telat.
keeping the lead about 500 gold, yet giving over all turtles.
Late game dia masih ada Estes Vekari sih. Yang late game parahan Omega deh gue rasa dah. Daripada RSG.
RSG lead is not ballooning as high as 1,000 to 2,000 gold. Great play right now by Ryzen to make sure he secures the turtles for Omega. Let's check out the items for the two marksmen. Already the Grocery Scythe is there for the 1-1. The Windtalker is up for the carry. That's why Keller dealt a good amount of damage when RSG were pushing the top lane. He actually was able to single-handedly bring Demon Knight down to 50%.
No boots needed on the 1-1. That's
Barefoot
the
1-1.
thing. Yeah. And what happened to the Barefoot Natans, right? They're not,
We saw
they're
Nate
not around
once. We
anymore.
saw Nate once in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He went back to the future.
Just send them back. We don't want them. But jokes aside, Emon, right? This is exactly his play style, man. He's gonna stay here low key. There is some attention in these lanes, but if you notice, he plays so defensively in this early to mid game, which allows him to get to where he needs to. Now Kelra's a little bit more aggressive. He needs to be.
Oh, it reached.
Light with the jump in and the ult, and the response by Epic. Oh, hang
Itu Caknonya ada ulti loh padahal. Tapi harusnya pas digas, pas tadi di ulti, STC nggak boleh nempel sih.
With the sustain and the heals, not able to survive there. And this is the power. Now Emon doesn't have to stay so low key. He's got one kill early on. Doesn't have boots. He's probably already really close to completing a second item. This is going to be a big advantage for having that 1-1.
We mentioned earlier, Light plays like the Chak Mamba.
Yeah.
He likes to play like Chaknu. And so far, the 2 kills that RSG got were on the back of Light, pulling off a play a la Chaknu. But no, that was a la Light.
Oh, Pixel Brush coming in, catches one.
Again?
Here comes Nats, and they take one out. Right.
Kena 3, Cok.
Renzio goes into the air himself.
Naganya menggila, guys. Mati tapi. Enggak sih. Satu hit, Cok.
Looking low, throwing out the umbrella. Aqua pushes them back. They're happy with the 3 for none. Plus the turtle now getting 3K ahead.
Wow, I mean, how did, again, with just like the little sliver of health, he survives. The confidence to go in there. We're going to see the replay here. They take this turtle so fast, right? It's going to be secured there. That's a good pickup. Look at the big dam right there, too, just coming out. The crossbow of Tang was popped. early on for that team fight to convert it into a winning situation.
Folks, that was picture perfect. Omega positioned well for that turtle take, for that turtle contest, but RSG read through it. It takes next level split decision making to call. Guys, 3 of us focus on the turtle. Light, he eventually got a 2-man catch there with his ultimate, and then Nas and Aqua to instead focus on the 3 members of Omega were running away. That was Chaknu, Ryzen, and Chaknu Killer and Itomax if I'm not mistaken. Ryzen's gonna get eaten here.
Another fight goes in. Etomax with the real manipulation.
Oh, Kufranya nggak terlalu sabar.
Down goes Ryzen, gets blasted.
Tapi tetap kena sih ke Karinya sih.
Demonic force taking down Emon. The shutdown by the shoulder.
back lane.
And Nat wants to take him down.
Light again.
Chaknu healing him in. Demon Kai takes Captain Etomax along with Ryzen. 2 for 1 so far. RSG winning the exchange. It's not over. Renzio still here. And they reset.
That's okay. Again, this is... I'm just kind of... I'm a little bit flabbergasted here, boys, because Chaknu is on Estes, and I get the idea. I get it, but it's not allowing the Mamba to do exactly what he needs to do, what he's known for here. He is relying on a lot for Renzio to set up, and Chaknu is there on healing duty, and right now RSG is handling it perfectly.
And again, I go back to my question of why did Omega lock in the Estes right away when they knew they were going up against a Yuzhong? But we're going to have to find the answer for that later, as there will be a massive Lord fight 9 minutes into the game.
RSG so fast on the uptake, pulling the trigger, starting it up already. They are taking their time though. Demon Kite just stomping away slowly, kiting it as his namesake says, alongside their side. Ryzen pulling back. That's all 5 members
Watch
in
out,
the vicinity. Oh, very,
Attention.
very well played. The discipline. In comes
Oh,
Light.
again!
Gets 1. Bouncing ball, forces it out. Just as it's happening, Etomax still has
Dapet Cok Karinya, Karinanya.
with the steal! And then as welcome, Air Hangman once more. Evan with a crossbow tank taking out Renzio. Chaknu here getting away with it.
turnaround.
Etomax real world manipulation. And they're more than happy to take this
Light.
fight. Light goes down, Ryzen gets him. And they disengage for the first time in game number 5. Omega wins an exchange.
Okay, it's a normal Lord, but that's huge for Smart Omega. Not only do they get the Lord, they close in the gold gap. Now they can convert into a couple turrets. They need the space here. Chaknu there to heal everybody up as they assault the middle lane.
Seems like we saw, or we're seeing a glimpse of the answer of why the Estes so quickly for Omega. Yes, they had a difficult time there in the early game, but as we reached the mid game, Nas once again made it all the way to the back, and it seemed like he would single-handedly take down 3 members of Omega, but it seemed like the damage is starting to fall off as Omega is starting to get tanker in the back line, and as the heals are getting so much better on the Estes of Chaknu.
Oh man. OMG made the most of that win, and they are turning the map red. Light. They have been
misses.
caught out. Demonic force set in. Where's the damage coming from? Etomax gets the punish. Black Dragon formed by Nats. Caught. Back line. The
Ooh.
replay.
Trouble.
And they
Ooh.
get a push in bottom lane. Ryzen. Can they get him? Oh.
The power of
Etomax
Popheus ya guys ya.
Omega may have found
Late game-nya
stride.
terlalu parah Omega
This is
nih.
exactly what they have to
Popheus
do.
Kari,
They make a
gimana
normal
bunuhnya,
Lord
Cok? Sama ada Estes ya.
work for them. They
Nggak
grab
terlalu
the
guna,
turret,
One-One
put
mau
the
ulti-ulti
gold
juga
down. It's pretty much
di healing
done.
sama
And at one point
Estes.
that was almost 5,000 gold. Let's take a look at the items.
Athena shield for Chaknu and the anti-Karas as well. Itomax, Ice Queen wand.
Karinya
with
beli
the
Berserker,
glowing
Cok.
wand. And who else is in the back line? Kelra already has the 3 main core items you'd want to get as a carry with the Windtalker, the Berserker's Fury, and the Scarlet Phantom. Again, the answer is clear. The healing of the Estes, 2 team fights in a row, 2 crucial team fights in a row, are keeping Omega in this game. They're waiting for more burst. They're waiting for more damage. They have those tools. They have what they need. But again, it goes back to the bare minimum of this game. Execution. That's in this grand finals to say that that's a bare minimum. Just execute better than the opposing team. Earlier it was RSG. Now it's Omega executing better. Will RSG respond, or will Omega force another game?
Man, it's just, I feel like at this point, even despite the kill difference here, Smart Omega has found that minor weak link in the armor of RSG, and they are showing it in their team fights here. Again, Chaknu able to sustain the team, and right now Renzio's feeling a lot more confident on this Phobius to be that front line here because he knows Kelra has the damage available. Now the Lord comes up. This is going to be crucial for whatever team decides to take it and give it the go signal. And don't forget, Demon Kite has great records on stealing Lords from teams.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about Ryzen too.
Yeah,
In this best of 7 alone, right? In this best of 7 alone, RSG looking to play that River Bush Gambit, showing Eman just a wee bit while the rest of RSG wait in that western bush. They let go, now it's turned into a full-on Lord fight.
They're going for
Lord,
it.
Luminous Lord at less than half health. Here comes that, starting up with a Black Dragon form, pushing away the possible fire back from Omega. Lord now out of fifth, going in for the petrify, and the knock-up and the stun. Keller takes him down, Lord's just standing.
Mati loh Karinya loh.
Keller taken out by Aqua, and the jump in, Demonic Force.
Open Ryzen again!
Steals it in the face of RSD. Renzo still alive, gets popped 2K for Aqua, and it's a trade.
Oh, diambil lagi sama Karina so Lord teh.
By Omega.
Huge pickup, and as you said, Leo, man, Ryzen has done it before and he just did it again. And now, Smart
Karinya butuh purify nggak sih sebenarnya game ini? Kena Kagura sama Kufra terus.
To the occasion, let's break down what
Lihat
happened
tuh
there.
Karinya
Nas
tuh ya.
immediately going for the Dragon
Kena
Form,
siapa tadi
just to
dia?
already force back Omega. Beautiful knockup will get there, but let's go back to the Lord. Ryzen biting, waiting for his time.
Tuh, kena
Just
kan,
narrowly
kena
missed
Kufranya.
or avoided the dodge there. Winter Truncheon to stay alive and cancel the ultimate, the Detonus welcome. That's why he was able to stay there long enough to win the Retribution battle to secure that crucial Lord. Ryzen does not want to give up on Omega. Ryzen wants to continue the series.
And right now, again,
Boleh-boleh
they
retrinya si
still have
Ryzen.
the push here. The potential is here for Smart Omega. They're going to center around this Lord. It's going to charge up now, opening the base.
Nats with a defensive, preemptive Black Dragon form. Going to quell this assault, this siege by Omega. Cancelled out and throughout this whole affair. The past 4 or 5 minutes that Omega have found their stride, put themselves in the driver's seat. RSG still has that biological lead. But it doesn't mean anything, honestly, because OMG, they walked away with a Lord, both of them so far, and these small engagements, these small exchanges, they're slowly building up the value.
Yeah, and what I'm wondering too is now Light picking up some key items here. I believe he just picked up the Radiant Armor, so this is a ton of magic damage on the side of Smart Omega, but also, even if you have that, man, you have Kelra on that carry, just taking care of these tanky heroes they decided to draft. You know, the Barretts, the Kufra, even that Yu Zhang doesn't last very long when there's a carry on the opposite side.
RSG are pushing forward. It'll be risky if they actually go for this. I think that it's just a bit of a heat check between these two teams. Although Light is in a position, Omega don't look like they're going to fall for the bait. Kelra has the Wind of Nature, hence why he's able to survive long enough every time Nas would go to the back line. Now, what's going to happen here for RSG is that they need to find in that picture-perfect start, wherein usually we've been seeing Nats, of course, going to the back line of Omega, splitting the attention of the fight, but it needs to be like one big fight with everyone clumped up together. Because when all the members of Omega are together, not split up, RSG have the lineup to just completely burst them down and destroy them. But this is a credit to how Omega are playing. They know that they can stick together. What they're doing is they're leaving Chaknu onto E2Max and Kelra, while Renjo and Ryzen are the ones in the front line doing the dirty work. The key damage dealers of Omega are staying alive and being washed out by Chaknu. And time again, Nas is the only one there. So now RNG needs to make it a total team effort to catch Kelra, to catch E2Max, and to catch the entire Omega squad.
Yeah, right now, Lord going to be for the taking. The team that decides to give this a go will have this big advantage for this game number 5. No one want to give it go just yet, but it's about to start up here. Does Smart Omega actually commit to this? Because Demon Kite's right around the corner with the rest of the team. Again, Aqua has not died yet. It's going to be a little soft reset here on the Lord. No one going to commit just yet. Ryzen going to start it up. RSG, there's a lot relying on this one, as the base is going to be fine for RSG. We'll see if a team actually decides to go for the Lord.
Surprised to say this isn't even a steal by Ryzen. Omega have earned this Lord. They dealt the damage, they kited it to their side, and they are committing. Now
ngilang.
to go for the counterplay. Light with a concealed catches a few light wheels from Kelra, and they're still going. Venus welcome cancels again.
Kena Winter.
Bro, and they're waiting. Demonic Force. That's Eman going in
Crossbow
there.
Tang.
Mati tetep, Cok.
And finally, RSG have found a window. Eman still goes Nats. The first one
Dapat
to go
lagi,
down.
Oh enggak. Sekarang Kagura yang dapat.
What takes the Lord? New falls as well. It's 2K so
Kelra.
far, and they're trading. Light falls this time around.
Eman's here.
Etobox still swiping away, tapping away, and now it's a 3K for Eman. It's just Etobox and Kelra standing. RSG are swimming in it.
Big pickup, and this is now the strength of this 1-1 pick. The Lord going to be marching up top. RSG taking control.
Apakah ini akan menjadi the end?
Right here,
Champion of MPL Indo
RSG
season
will do their
MPL
best
Indo
to
MPL
strip
PH season
down the base
9.
of Omega to remove the hopes of Omega. That's an inhibitor.
Karya sakit banget
down,
sih, gila.
And RSG, yes, they can't end it here, but now they have the definitive control in this game. What is now the question or the answer for Omega to retain this? This time around, RSG, it wasn't the picture-perfect, everyone clumped up together scenario, but this time, RSG adjusted to what happened in their previous attempt at the Lord. It looked like deja vu. It happened again.
Obviously butuh item buat lawan
once again
1-1
was
nih.
able to avoid the
Wiras lah.
Deadless Welcome by using the Winter
Winter.
Truncheon, but this time around, the
Winter
difference
juga
maker was
oke.
that Aqua. Aqua was there ready because we've seen before Kaguras being able to steal Lords this late into the game, and Aqua secured that Lord incredibly well.
Man, Aqua once again has not died this game, right? The decision making that he's doing is just on point, like you said, Redmar.
Sorry,
He's
guys.
playing. Sometimes he's just putting out the vision with the umbrella, and sometimes there's so much threat caused by that yin yang overturn available to him. And again, Demon Kite showing just how versatile of a jungler he is. Look at the 70% win rate for RSG. Smart Omega is not out of this game yet. They still have the right tools, itemization to fight again, because most likely it's going to be in the next minute when that next Lord comes up.
Yeah, if Kelra can stay alive long enough in a fight to just freely hit, he will be the guy to bring Omega back into this game.
So far, RSG have managed to overload and outmatch Omega on almost all fronts. Comes down to DPS, you got Eman. Comes down to CC, you got Nats. Comes down to Burst, there's Aqua. We all were just talking about those things and those concepts. And yeah, in the earlier parts of the game, after two Lords, we could have sworn and said that Omega had this in the bag. They were in the driver's seat, but it looks like RSG have raided said vehicle and are again steering it towards an inevitable win.
At this point, like I said, when that reduction healing comes out, the items, the itemization that RSG has, it's going to make it a little bit harder here for Chaknoon to heal everybody up. It's going to make it a little bit harder for Renzio to actually survive those fights, especially the crossbow of Tang, like we saw from the previous fight. So this is going to be another opportunity for RSG to go
One-one-nya kebuka,
fight
Office-nya
with
tetap
Smart
mati ya.
Omega. Now that they have that 4K gold lead, this is the 20-minute mark, so it doesn't matter as much.
Oh, Lord already started up. Now it's this time on the side of RSG. They have kited it over there. Ryzen stepping into that pixel brush. Light
sakit sih
and Nats
kagurannya si
occupying
Corenzio
this
sih.
Western River bush. Let's see Chaknu.
Positioning is key here. No one can
diaras
misstep.
terus.
No one can step
Office-nya
forward
nggak bisa
too
masuk,
early.
Cok.
One misstep, one mistake, that will be it.
Lord
now.
here, approaching half health.
Yeah, they're gonna actually, no one, I feel like they're just waiting for the moment here. Demon Kite doing his best to keep the Lord there. But I'm not sure if they're actually gonna give a go signal for this, as the rest of RSG is waiting in that bush.
That was an interesting interaction. The eye from Renzio knocked up Demon Kite or pulled him towards him.
Dia mau
but
end nih,
they are
bertiga
not
begitu.
just yet
Oh, enggak,
giving
dia-
up.
Dia ngilang langsung.
Look at all the greens on the side of Omega. Look at all the greens on the side of RSG.
Wah, tarik ulurnya sih bagus banget ya, RSG sama Omega ya. Gile.
Tension in this Lord pit is, you can see it. It's apparent here on the screen and even in the audience right
Redmar
now.
can smell it.
I
Redmar can smell it.
Ulight almost got Renjo there. That would have been disastrous.
Oh,
Winter
the
Truncheon
was-
forced.
Tit for tat. Once more. Denton is welcome. Chaknu setting up a heal for Ryzen as well. This is the weakest Lord has been. This is the lowest his health has been in this Lord dance so far.
Tarik ulurnya, Cok.
Teams and light stretching up.
Aduh, kena ya ampun.
Down the Eve, and that's going to hunt for heads.
Oh, Tang.
All in, plus a petrify. He does suffer a few hits. He's still alive. The Shadow Striker takes him down. Demon Knight takes the Lord. This is a 22-minute Lord, and they're still going. Ryzen
still up.
Immortality onto Evan. Right. Bouncing ball, keeping him in
Gasin
place.
aja nggak sih, udah nggak ada damage itu.
RSG
RSG one-one-nya lagi pulang.
RSG 6K ahead.
Ini bahaya sih, guys. Bisa end sih ini. Ya
V-nya
V-nya 30 detik, nggak ada Karina, nggak ada tank depan, paling Popeyus.
One play, one catch, one great call, and it seems like we're on the way to glory, glory, RSG. Can they capture their first championship within the next minute?
Light stretching up once more. Catch
Oh!
it! There's the Purify and the ult to heal by Chaknu.
Masih ada YV, masih ada YV guys, santai-santai.
Is inevitable.
Gila.
Clear out all the waves, and the Barangay Omega still breathing. The Kings of Stee keeping their heads above water.
Man, oh man, do we have a game here despite what just happened. Smart Omega able to stay in the game. They still have an inhibitor turret alive for their base, and they're gonna most likely bring it to another Lord fight. This is huge. They have to watch out for Light though, as he has found it time after time. Moments.
That's a catch.
Another one.
Astaga, mati Cok, Popeyusnya maju-maju, gak ada Purify.
Pushing away the rest of RSG, but it's only a matter of time. They have the man advantage. A minute.
Kaguranya sih bahaya banget game ini ya.
Is down. The show might be over for Barangay Omega.
They defend.
Are down. 4 defenders from Omega. They'll have to defend like they never have before. Ryzen gonna get bumped here. Hangman. Eman goes into the skies. Taking down Ryzen. Taking down Chaknu. It's just the two of them left.
The champion of MPLPH, guys ya.
Hard to beat RSG. Bow down before the Kingslayers. The new kings of MPL Philippines have arrived.
From Kingslayers to Throne Raiders to
Gile.
Kings to Champions, GG stands for Glory, Glory, RSG.
My goodness, there they are. They should celebrate this. It was a team effort to go 4-1 here against a super strong and clean-looking Smart Omega. This was a 4-1 deciding factor here, but at any moment the games could have gone either way. GG RSG.
The Raiders are ecstatic. They are on their feet, and deservedly so, in their sophomore year. Light in his first year with this team. Eman off the bench. Finally, Aqua is an MPLPH champion. And Coach Panda, after Season 7, I just have to share this, I'm getting teary-eyed. We didn't know the future of the league then. Coach Panda admitted to us. I'm sad because during that time, LPE dropped out. And Coach Panda said, I can't believe I'm the first coach in MPL history to be knocked out of the MPL. The journey of Coach Panda. Now he can say he's a two-time MPLPH champion.
The Philippines is Raider country as we march into MSC 2022. But for now, here tonight, let us behold and stand in awe at what RSG has done.
Just hear it, man.
Let's go ahead and hear from Mara Aquino as we talk to our new champions. It's been an honor to be at your service.
MLBB fans, give it up for your champion, RSG Philippines! And we'd also like to thank our other MSC representatives, Smart Omega! Smart Omega, the kings of Southeast Asia gets to defend their MSC title in the upcoming MSC tournament in Malaysia.
Momen-momen yang sangat ini guys ya.
Give it up for Smart Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, great camaraderie shown by both teams, but only one will get to take home the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our champions, RSG Philippines! And to present the award, may we call on the go-to-market prepaid head of Smart Communications Incorporated, Mr. Fidel Antonio Midal. Mr. Midal, please present the award. To all our friends from the media, this is the time to take your photo op. And now,
Finals MVP-nya siapa?
to
Penasaran
announce
gua.
our finals MVP. Congratulations to Nats. Nats, congratulations! Ikaw ang ating finals MVP. Ano ang masasabi mo para sa iyong koponan at ikaw ngayon ang pinakamahusay ngayong finals? Nats!
Masaya po. Kasi natupad ko na yung pangarap ko MPL champion yun po. Yun lang po.
Give it up for Nats and RSG Philippines. Now I would like to invite all the management to please come up on stage.
Ya udahlah guys, gitu aja guys ya buat hari ini.
Let's see.
Thank you banget yang nonton
Coach
videonya.
Miranda.
Mungkin besok kita akan live stream. Gila, ini RSG PS sih kuat sih. Ini offline-nya juga kuat sih Nats nih. Kita lihat RMS-nya nanti guys ya. Bye guys.
Coach G.